Suffice to say, your collective presence here today is very meaningful to all of us. It reflects a testament of the significance you place on the important role that research plays in the health and well-being of our citizens, as well as the impact it has on our economy. I want to express on behalf of the university in general and the School of Medicine in particular, our sincerest gratitude to everyone who has collectively participated in bringing this project to fruition. I know many of you who have played your important roles are seated on the dais, while there are others, many of you in the audience. You who have worked so tirelessly and effectively can be described as believers, supporters, partners, and advocates. This has been a real team effort, with a number of us repeatedly sounding the alarm of the dire need that we've had for space. Prior to this day, there has been a good news, bad news dichotomy relative to our research. For example, if we reflect on over the past decade, the School of Medicine has competitively secured and brought into the state and to our institution over $4 billion in external grants and contracts. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have been out of space. We have worked ourselves out of space. So it really is good news to see that this facility will be built in order to address some of these dire needs. But permit me to describe for you very briefly what this building will look like. You'll see it in the screen, but it'll be to sort of entice your appetite a little bit to keep in tune with the activities. This building will be a 10-story tower, the largest building on the University of Maryland, Baltimore campus. It'll be approximately 430,000 square feet of research space that is strategically located. It'll be located directly in front of the School of Medicine main building, but sandwiched between the School of Dentistry and the School of Pharmacy. In addition, there'll be a plaza in front of the building that one can almost envision a social center, if you will, where scientists and colleagues from various schools can really converge and have social interactions, but also intellectual exchange, seeding ideas for the future. Within the portals of this building will be conducted robust collaborative research ongoing across the campus, and in fact across the system, the University System of Maryland, and across many schools. And again, because of the proximity, we can envision the continuation of that rich collaboration between pharmacy and dentistry and medicine that creates that pod, or quad, if you will. I'd like to recognize particularly my dean colleagues, my closest neighbors, and that's pharmacy and dentistry, Dean Eddington and Interim Dean Reynolds, who undoubtedly will promote and support the continued collaboration that we've enjoyed. What can we expect to see from this new building? The first is that we'll expect to be competitive with our peer institutions nationwide. Secondly, we can expect to retain our top-tier status in biomedical research, placing us among the best in the country and the world. Third, we can see us having the capability of attracting an even larger share of federal grants and contracts, which, as you know, is the lifeblood of research at any academic medical institution. And lastly, we'll continue to strengthen our interdisciplinary research portfolio using collaborative teams. With our storied history and reputation, this new building will allow us to look forward and position our institution to achieve even greater success, transforming medicine every day. Let me just take a brief moment as I conclude my remarks to acknowledge and commend the Amali Brown administration, and indeed extend on behalf of the university and the School of Medicine our sincerest gratitude for their interest in and emphasis on healthcare reform, of which biomedical research plays a big part, and specifically for enhancing and promoting the bioeconomy of the 21st century. This administration's well-articulated vision and passion have helped to make this project and today's ceremony possible. So let me say, Governor Malley and Lieutenant Governor Brown, thank you very much for your dedicated leadership and your support in this area. And finally, let me pledge to the university and to the state that we'll be good stewards of the confidence that you have placed in us in supporting and making this building a reality.